So welcome back to Biashara Tuesday. So for a long time or for decades, the chocolate industry in Kenya has been dominated by international brands, and it's been so huge such that even individual entrepreneurs have been they've not been willingly going at it and taking the risk of going to fight against the likes of Cadbury for their share in the market. But with me today, I have Desserts Anyone. They are a company that are specializing in chocolate, not just chocolate. We are talking healthy chocolate today. So karibu sana Martin.
Thank you very much, Vincent. How are you today?
Mimi niko poa sana, labda wewe.
Niko salama.
So talk to us about Desserts Anyone.
All right. So it's very interesting how you've just introduced, the whole market. So basically, there's one quote I love, and I'll start by sharing that by Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks. And he says any industry that hasn't been, disrupted for decades is ripe for innovation. And truly, as you noted, when we talk about chocolate and the chocolate culture in Kenya, we only know what the multinationals are forcing down our throats, which is mostly compound chocolate, mass-produced chocolate. But chocolate essentially is, a haven of a product, right? In which we are able to appreciate a whole different culture. I know we don't grow cocoa locally in Kenya, but we have it in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Africa. Literally, Africa produces 70% of the world's cocoa. So at Desserts Anyone, we came back and said, hey, look, guys, we're millennials. We need to change this story. We need to start giving people chocolate that actually makes sense to them and is produced by them, right? So call it chocolate for Africa, by Africa. And essentially, that's what we do. We make healthy chocolate. And, a lot of people think healthy and chocolate in one word. No, it doesn't go together,
It doesn't
right?
go together. So the risk, the health risks of chocolate, there have been mentions of heart diseases that come from the same. So maybe talk to us about how you end up making your options healthy, the ones that you give to your clientele.
All right, so it's very true. When we're talking about a lot of vegetable fat in mass-produced chocolates, a lot of sugar content as well. So we relook at how we make our chocolate. So we make either chocolate with very high cocoa content, meaning it's cocoa rich. The other thing is we either have it with low sugar or no sugar at all. And trust me, someone, I had an earlier joke of someone saying your skin is black. I'd equate it to dark chocolate, which is actually the richest and the smoothest Africa has. Yeah. And another thing we do is we also integrate it with whole fruit. So think of your fresh strawberry. And last but not least, we even have it in dairy-free options. So for anyone who's not, who's lactose intolerant,
They can go for that.
they can go for it.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So getting into this industry that we've noted, it's mostly by multinationals in Kenya. We have the likes of Cadbury who've been here for decades now. How long have you been here, and what were the risks that you were taking at that particular time, and what motivated you to go to it?
So we've been in the market so far for 2 going on 3 years now, and I think we, as you've rightfully noted, if you're taking on the likes of the big multinationals, you have to enter the industry differently. And the fact that you're also already selling healthy chocolate, once people hear anything healthy, they tend to run away, surprisingly. But we said, let's start with where we think we can make the most impact, which is untapped markets. So we went for businesses. And to date, I think we're the largest chocolate supplier to other businesses. So we're a B2B, business. And we said, over the past 2 years, hey, look, they will be able to craft our trade and really sharpen our skills and be able to come up with a final product such that when we go retail, and this is something I'm sure, I'd love to share later on, as soon as we're ready to hit retail, then we have a working product that people love, that brands and other brands know and associate with us. So think of any bank, any insurance company, any retail mall you're going to, and you find some nice small branded chocolates, that probably is Desserts Anyone.
Desserts Anyone.
Yeah.
So your products are available online?
Yes, so on our Facebook page, definitely there's a retail shop we run there. Also on our website, you can get in touch with us directly. And we have a whole portfolio of products. So, we have the small chocolates, we have boxed chocolates, but a personal favorite has to be the chocolate fountain. Right, so I just need you to think, and
you did talk about this so passionately earlier on. So
yes,
I'll intercept that by asking you to talk about the diversity of your products when it comes to the way you offer your chocolate to your clientele.
So what we understand with chocolate is, you can get chocolate from anyone, true or false, whether it's healthy or not, you know, you can get it anyway, whether you've landed at the airport, whether you've gone to your local kiosk. So what we make chocolate for all our customers is a means to an end. Meaning through chocolate, we're able to, you know, communicate a message to whoever they're trying to get across. We're able to evoke emotions from the people they're trying to get across. And you find that that now makes chocolate a value add, right? There's the product, but then there's what Desserts Anyone actually makes you achieve. Yeah.
Sure enough. So the various products that you guys do,
Yeah.
let me ask, are there specifics? Like your favorite, you mentioned the chocolate fountain.
Yep.
What other products can we get from you people at Desserts Anyone?
So chocolate fountains, definitely. So I want you, anytime, think of a, you know, a birthday, anniversary, bridal shower, even maybe if you want to surprise your girlfriend, you know, I should turn the interview and ask you whether you have one. But anyway, yeah, anytime you want to surprise her.
that is not matter for discussion right here.
Feel free to, you know, hit us up to do a chocolate fountain setup. And we're talking about warm, richly melted chocolate, just cascading down, waiting for some fresh strawberries and marshmallows, right? And I'm happy, you know, of course, to, you know, share more of this later. But other forms we have is also boxed chocolate. So think of gifting chocolate in which it's the end of the year, and as a corporate or as Vincent yourself, you want to gift someone specially customized chocolates. We're able to do this as well for you. And also we have, you know, various other forms. You have hot chocolate, the powder. So instead of having, again, the mass-produced type, you're going to get some very nice, rich cocoa-rich powder, which you can put in. And yeah, there's so much more. I think we wouldn't have enough space to put everything up here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the growth within the past 2 years. How has the acceptance been? And what are some of the telltale signs that are telling you that your company is actually growing?
Yeah. So acceptance has been very interesting. One thing that we really credit our success for is, you know, just getting people to talk about us to their people and to their networks. And that's one of the ways we've really been able to, you know, grow, because occasionally we might do, you know, a Facebook post or whatever, but most of all it's talking to people and giving them the experience and them telling their friends and other networks. And in the 2 years we've come across and we've had support from very interesting organizations. I'll just name a few. We got our seed capital investment from Tony Elumelu Foundation. So they do the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program every year. After that, we were picked up by Centum Group, so, you know, the one which is famously associated with Dr. Kirubi.
Sure.
So through Centum Foundation, they gave us, you know, a further resource boost. And latest was actually last year, we were in KCB Lions Den, right? In which, you know, we went and shared our dream and our vision and what we're doing. And part of that, you know, as much as raising capital is not a milestone, but having investors actually validate and ask you questions on how's your business, what's your business model, what traction have you achieved, that is actually what we found really validating that, yes, we're on the right track. And even winning interest and investment from Dashan Chandaria and Wandia Gishuru. So on the deck.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
And that really tells us, hey, look, you know, maybe we're actually making a difference. But coming back to even customers' lives, like people say, you know, Martin, we can't wait to call you guys up the next time, right? But unfortunately, because you've been supplying businesses, probably I'm supplying Vincent and company, but Vincent himself wants to consume
An individual
some.
now.
Yes.
How do they go by that?
So that's something, you know, a lot of those questions have come to us in the past 2 years, and what we've actually decided is we're opening up Kenya's first chocolate kiosks.
Wow.
Right? So think of your nearest mall to where you live. Every so often, you're just gonna come in and find, like, as I said, a chocolate haven. Anything and everything chocolate. Anything you could think chocolate can do, it can, and we will do it for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. So chocolate kiosks, sure enough. And getting to think of the Kenyan, the average person who is watching me on TV right now, the people who are watching us from home, most of them still think of chocolate as a luxury. Like they go to a supermarket and right by the cashier there is a stand with chocolate there, but they still look at it as a luxury. What can you tell someone about your experience with chocolate that is going to change their mindset on that?
True, chocolate is a luxury. And the other thing you've noticed, also chocolate is an impulse buy, right?
It is.
So at Desserts Anyone, what we're telling you is, if you're going to spend 500 shillings, are you going to go and take, you know, mass-produced on-the-shelf item, Or are you going to treat yourself to an experience to which you will wait till you can't wait till the next time you'll have the same experience? And that's I think our different approach, right? So yes, it's a luxury, and yes, it's something, you know, you might consider having every once in a while. But if you consider the health benefits, if you consider even the experiential benefits, I think that's something that we cannot underscore and say, hey, go for it, but just go for what is worth. And at our chocolate kiosks,
spending.
Yes.
I think that's pretty much it. And there's been an increase in consumer awareness on the same, especially with chocolates, and the increase in disposable income for the middle income earners especially. So what does this mean for you as a company? Because it is a market that I believe you're so much interested in.
Yeah.
What does this mean for you as a company moving forward?
So it means that we're at a prime position to, you know, as I said, disrupt the industry and change how people are consuming chocolate, the forms in which it's distributed to them. Not only them, you know, so far, if you need chocolate, Vincent, you have to walk up to your kiosk or your supermarket. At Desserts Anywhere, we're actually going to make sure that chocolate is there where you need it, when you need it, as soon as you need it, right? So it is now, as you say, you know, tapping into this emerging market and saying, hey, look, guys, there's a different way and there's a whole different culture we could celebrate around a product which has been here ever since our forefathers were born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges you faced in the industry?
So one of the challenges, of course, is, you know, trying to debunk the myth chocolate can be healthy. Like, you know, guys look at you like, then they hear you, then they taste it, then they see results and they're like, okay,
wow,
maybe you're actually doing something. That is one. Of course, the other thing is also just normal startup challenges, because you have to have a dream and you have to be passionate and work at it. So sometimes, you know, failure comes and hits you on the face and you're like, you know, was I born to do this? But at the end of the day, it's, as an entrepreneur, that's when you persist, and that's something, I think that's a personal lesson I've had. When you persist in whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter how small or how big. Vincent, you're going to persist here, and hopefully one day we shall be having an interview at CNN. True?
True.
Amen.
Maybe not CNN, maybe a bigger KUTV. I want that. I want that. So interesting. You're mentioning your challenges being startups and like starting capital. And I want you to look at how it is out there right now for anyone who is starting up. How is the economy affecting you, especially to bring into perspective the issue of, I need your commentary on the issue of the rising wage bill in Kenya right now, and even the MPs wanting to increase their own pension by 707%. It's something that is of interest, and we've been talking about it a lot on the show. Maybe your take on that as a young person who is also an entrepreneur.
Okay. So, you know, I'll just take it in two. So, number one, in terms of economy and capital raising, especially for young Kenyan enterprises, I think there's a lot of opportunity for young Kenyan entrepreneurs today. Because if you look at 25 years ago, raising capital was a problem. Today, and this is the biggest thing that people should understand when going out to raise capital, start and let the people find you doing something. Because once you're doing something that's interesting and that is actually, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have big offices. As a matter of fact, no. Start wherever you are in a humble beginning. But as long as people can see that you're driving towards something, there are actual Kenyan local investors. Forget even foreign investors are there and have bigger bucks, but there are even local angels, right? As you've seen on KCB Lounge Den and many other groups that might be promoting and entrepreneurship programs. So as much as we're saying the economy is, you know, of course, sometimes I know the economy is a bit shaky. We experience it at Desserts Anyone, and I'm sure many other companies. But it's to remember that at the end of the day, you're growing as a company and the people that are able to aid you. On the second thing about, you know, generally wage bills and, you know, pensions, I find it very interesting that the MPs, you know, really do consider adding the
707%. That's pretty something. If you ask for a 10% pay increase, it would be a matter of discussion.
Yeah.
But this is 707%.
And it's really back to us as Kenyan consumers and as people who are driving the economy, even as entrepreneurs and, you know, as customers, is to ask, are we getting value for our money, right? And then using the powers with you, you know, to be able to do whatever you need to do. And that's because if you're my customer at Desserts Anyone, you're going to ask me, am I going to get value for my money, as you said? Yeah. So if they're, you know, raising this, let them show us the value. And if as an electorate we see the value, who am I to stop them? But
I think that's pretty much the angle we're supposed to be taking on this.
Yeah.
So back to healthy discussions on healthy chocolate that you guys do at Desserts Anyone.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the companies that you've partnered with so far and your recurrent clients. What are some of the brands that you've been working with, and how is the experience working with some of them?
So the experience has been great. The reception, as I said already, you have the Centum Group who are our supporters, and part of that they extend to their network. So, for instance, Two Rivers Mall is one of our big clients. So, anytime you're probably down there and you're going to find a marketing promotion, anything chocolate, just think Desserts Anyone. You also have insurance companies. Think of AR Insurance. You have banks like NIC. You have hotels as well. So you name it. And if your business is not on the list, you just need to give us a call right now and ask us, why haven't we gotten to your doorstep yet? But we're coming. Yeah.
What is the minimum that somebody can buy, especially with the business-to-business approach that you guys are taking with yourselves?
So the minimum is 1,000 units of the chocolates, small chocolates. That's about 5,000 grams. 12,000 grams.
12,000 grams.
And that goes for about 50,000 shillings ex VAT.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it out there. So the chocolate industry, it's something I actually have to, I told you we'll be spending most of this interview with me taking in, I'm trying to put it in a decent way, it just can't come through. But this is it. Chocolate is a pretty sweet discussion that has been ongoing for quite a while, and Kenyans are just taking on to this, especially Noah noted earlier on that to do with Valentine's, issues to do with romance and people gifting each other a lot. Chocolate has been, how should I put it, I noted mostly attached to issues to do with love, relationships, and ladies and so on. So, I don't know, but well, yeah, you guys have it there. Desserts Anyone. Go check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Interesting posts are right there. Thanks a lot, Martin, for coming through. He's the general manager of Desserts Anyone, and I think this is just it. Take it up on healthy chocolate consumptions. Check out Desserts Anyone, everybody. Shukran sana.
Zest is on this beat.
Hii ni kama kumbukumbu ya Torati, washasoma Zaburi mara mbili ndo tamati. Wamekata tamaa ya kumwona mama tena, wanakumbuka sauti ya baba mwaka jana aliposema, wanangu mimi sitopona